Hey everybody, it's been a while, been kind of busy, but hey, besides the point, Yandere is coming back for the 7-year anniversary. October 19th, Yandere Warped should release. Should. Keyword is should. If everything goes well today, we should have the video recorded. I should have it edited by the 19th. Besides the point, I'm going to be going over the very loose word here. Be aware, very loose. The lore, quote-unquote, of Yandere. Because, 7 years? It's a long time. A lot of lore, quote-unquote. Not really. So let's start at the very beginning. Not with Season 1, but with Rebirth, which is Season 0. It is the prequel to Yandere High School, which, if you look at the Yandere Resurrection Saga 2015 to 2020, it is in chronological order. So it should be fine. If you want to watch it in chronological order for some reason, there you go. But let's start. The story starts with Wolf. Pink-haired son of a bitch. Yandere bastard. That's all I can really say about him. That's his entire character, is a jealous little Yandere. That is him. That is Wolf. That's all you'll ever need to know about him. What character traits? Yandere, insane psychopath. That's Wolf. Wolf meets Skylar in the cooking club, takes a picture of her panties. Kind of fucking creepy and weird because it's copying Yandere. I do also want to say, what inspired me to do the series, because I would have fought tooth and nail not to mention it back when I was younger, but I will mention it now. Sam Gladiator. Yes, I saw Sam Gladiator series and wanted to do my own. Boom. There you go. But I've turned it into my own thing at this point. It is completely different than what Yandere should be. Like, Yandere, this name, is just a name for the series. It's completely fucking different. But let's go back to Rebirth real quick. So in Rebirth, Fem does his first murder with a chainsaw, cuts a guy's head down the middle, he hides the body, and everything is seeming to go fine. He stalks Skylar, goes to the school, goes to a party, drowns a kid, somebody's onto him, somebody knows what he's been doing, he finds notes on his doors, the hostage he had in his basement died. It's a lot of stuff really, really fast. Wolf invites Skylar to a park. At the park, they have a little bit of fun. It's fun. They had a good time. It's a good time hanging out in the park, Wolf tries to invite her behind the school to go to the cherry blossom tree so he can confess his love to her. She says no because she has a boyfriend. He looks up her boyfriend's name and sees that there's only one person in the entire school with that name. He finds the guy and steals poison from the nurse's office by tricking her thinking a student is bleeding. Grabs the poison, rushes Skylar's house, poisons a cake that she had baked for him, and he dies right in front of her. In the next episode, we see him confessing his love to her because he's that fucked up in the head, and it works for some reason. Don't ask me why. I don't know. That's my brain. In the next episode, we find out that there is another Yandere at the school. More on him later. And honestly, his name is slipping right now. It's I don't know his name. I really don't. I will remember it later. I'm sure of that. After that, Skylar ends up breaking up with Wolf after seeing him clean his knife in his basement with a blood trail following behind him.
It's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like. Get in.
He chases after her to SK's house, which SK is in the series. The main characters in the series are, well, in Rebirth are Skylar, Jordan, and SK. He chases after her with an axe, and it's like, it's not what it looks like! It's not what it looks like! They barricade the doors and lock him out. He tries to sneak his way in, but can't really do it successfully. He listens in on them, and then leaves. He talks to Skylar through a window first, but besides the point.
Closer than you think.
He also learns in this episode, I thought it was the next episode, but he learns in this episode that SK is an undercover FBI agent looking for the person committing all the murders in the town. In the next episode, Wolf sees smoke going over at SK's house. It rushes over because he knows that Skylar's been staying over there. He rushes in through the flames and doesn't find her. He does find SK, and he drags him out and saves his life, despite hating his fucking guts. Yeah, that's... I mean, yeah, we stan SK and Carlos in this community. You know, the best characters in the entire series. You'll learn about Carlos later. A little bit about him now, because he did technically appear in this series. He is SK's twin brother. Not an FBI agent, but yeah. Wolf goes to the gym, lets him know, hey, I'm not the only Yandere here. I'm not the person killing everybody. There's this other guy. And in the final episode of Rebirth, God, this one's bad. I still don't remember his name. I want to say his name. Let me just pull it up real quick. Let me pull up his name, because I know I have it somewhere. Here it is. Found it. Phil. Hey, Phil! My man, Phil. Yeah, the other Yandere. I don't know why I didn't put names in the descriptions. I usually do. Anyways, Jordan and SK are injured. Phil has murdered everybody in the school. Because he thinks, basically what's going through his head is that everybody in the school has a crush on Skylar, or is getting in his way. Which is a little more messed up than Wolf. Wolf goes onto the rooftop to find Skylar and Phil up there. He fights Phil to the death on the roof. Skylar is gripping on to the edge. Wolf pulls her up. They have a nice little heart-to-heart. I believe they share a kiss. Unless I'm thinking of the wrong thing. Wolf gives her a ring before turning around and seeing Phil standing up all bloodied. Wolf rushes Skylar in a last, like, if I can't have her, nobody else can, and pushes her off the roof onto the broken spiked railing below as Skylar gets impaled. Wolf pulls out a gun, shoots Phil as they bury everybody and burn Phil's body. SK tells Wolf that, hey man, FBI are going to be coming after you. They're going to think you did this. So Wolf flees town and moves to a different town, which is where Yandere Season 1 starts. I don't have much lore for this because there's like basically nothing. I'm not going to go through every episode because there's too many and they're too long, but we'll go through the gist of it for this one. Rebirth was much easier to go over in depth. Yandere Season 1. Wolf arrives in town. Dyes his hair different color. He's a new man. But when we start, Wolf is just attending school. It's his first day there. He has Jordan with him. And it's just kind of a normal day. He goes to a concert, to Senpai's concert. She's singing. He's like, "Senpai, I love you, I love you," before going back home with Jordan and paying rent to stay in their apartment. Yes, he has an apartment now. Let's skip ahead a couple because mainly it's just, "Oh man, Senpai, I love you, Senpai, I love you." That's basically what all these episodes are. The Halloween dance. Wolf goes to a Halloween dance and sees John Cena. Don't question why, just John Cena's there. He goes dressed as a wolf because haha funny. Next episode, Wolf goes to a haunted school and finds out Jake's backstory. Jake is the rich kid, has the latest iPhones, all that, future iPhones to be specific, because I think he gave out iPhone X's, which didn't exist at that time, so we just made it up. But anyways, gives him expensive gifts, all that stuff. And find out Jake's backstory. Little fun fact, this episode is 45 minutes long. It's called Haunted School. And there were supposed to be 3 45-minute episode parts each, because Jake kept... Well, the person who played Jake Lemon kept wanting to extend his backstory multiple episodes, and it got really convoluted with time-traveling ghosts and all that. It was really annoying. Anyways, next episode, Senpai breaks up with Wolf. Yeah. So that happened. Goes to prom. He drinks. Senpai rejects him. He's like, fuck you, I don't need you. Like, he didn't say fuck, because I was a good little child, and I didn't swear back then. Next episode is embarrassing for me. I try to sing the Attack on Titan opening. I embarrassed myself. I just wanted to sing. Yeah. Regret. There's a murderer coming after Wolf. That's the main part of that concert episode. A murderer is coming after all of them. Wolf starts to lose his mind slowly but surely, getting more and more insane. He finds the Yakuza, tries to join them, kills them, gets into a coma eventually. As he wakes up from his coma, he had a awful coma dream where everybody didn't care that he died, but then the spirits of the people he killed kept blaming him, saying, "This is all your fault." Next episode, the world is basically an apocalypse. They made an underground bunker. Wolf's wearing panties. It's a weird episode. It's a very weird episode. Then, the final episode of season 1, Wolf dies. He dies. He tries to save Carlos's life and gets shot right in the head as Carlos slaughters every thug in that place. Wolf appears in Purgatory and has to choose whether he goes to heaven with Senpai or hell with Murder, even though it doesn't matter. They're not actually going to heaven or hell. It's just picking who he'd rather be with, Senpai or Murder. He chooses Senpai. Murder's throne blows up, and he goes back to Earth, sits on his grave, and watches everybody live their life for a little bit. Well, mourn him and stuff. And then here we go, season 2. Jake revives Wolf from the dead. Here's a little retconned piece of info. Well, kind of retconned. Little piece of info. The way Yandere works originally is that my brain was like, oh yeah, if you die, you go to a different layer, and every layer is a different dimension that's worse. No. No, it is not. That's not what it is. What it actually is that every time Wolf dies, the world, and he's brought back, the world gets progressively worse. Not he goes to a different area that's a different dimension that's worse. The world keeps getting progressively worse because he's an anomaly. He shouldn't be alive. He shouldn't exist. He was just straight up brought back from the dead. Anyways, Senpai fucking dies. That's the thing. Senpai just straight up fucking dies. Because, and I remember this vividly, the person whose skin we were using, because the way we did it was we disguised as people, and so the name Senpai had the girl skin, but they changed her skin to Pepe, so we had to kill Senpai off. So we have a new Senpai named Kiki. Yeah. Oh, I just realized I spoke about Murder and didn't even mention her. Murder was kind of in between Senpai when Wolf got rejected by Senpai, so he went to Murder because Murder was psychotic. Yeah, that's that. He kept losing his mind more and more. Daughter of a Yakuza boss. Well, daughter at the time. We'll get into that. Season 2. Still here. You get some Carlos backstory. Not really. Then they're just sitting around the TV and they get a little demon warning on the TV, which is weird. It's basically just a soul storm. Instead of a snowstorm, the entire map gets covered in snow, but it's supposed to be souls and ash and weird shit like that. Besides the point, Murder is a guy now. Murder is a guy. That's all I will say. Is Murder the first canonically trans Yandere character? Technically, yes. Yeah. That's technically right. Besides that, Chan starts killing people. Don't remember why. Chan kills people. It's just Yandere-chan, Carlos's girlfriend. Carlos confronts Chan on the roof. He hugs her as she stabs him to death. And he falls off the roof in between a table and dies there. And then Wolf chases after Chan and becomes very, very, very sad. Final episode, Wolf kills Herobrine. He kills Herobrine. He goes full demon, kills Herobrine before killing himself. He jumps into a pit and sacrifices himself because there's no point on him living. Yeah, it's kind of dark. But now we're getting into the good era of Yandere, which after season 2 I recorded Rebirth, which is not chronologically in order, but yeah, after that I recorded Rebirth, which is decent, and then we get to season 3, and in my opinion, my favorite season I ever recorded. 5 episodes, short but sweet. Wolf gets revived by one of his friends, and because if you look at the playlist descriptions for each individual season, they all have story, like a nice little look at what the story will be, including Warped, wink wink, hint hint, but Wolf gets revived, and it's like, why am I back? Why am I back? Why am I here? What did you do? And so Wolf gets pulled back into the dimension that he was in, aka the world got worse again. But this time, a demon from hell comes up and is prepared to kill Wolf already. As soon as he comes back, he is ready to kill Wolf. Him and the demon, Jared, make a contract that, hey, I won't kill you yet. You're on my list, but I'll kill you last. And over the season, they slowly become friends more and more. They go to class together and stuff. They find the occult club. They see some shit there. It's all a little weird. It's a little weird. Wolf kills a guy that likes his girlfriend. Well, not girlfriend. His love interest, Sarah. Forgotten character, Sarah. Was only mentioned like 3 times. He kills a guy who he thinks likes Sarah with a baseball bat. So that's good. Jared and Wolf find out that one of their friends is a demon too. Ooh, plot twist. Ooh. And when they figure that out, Skylar is back. She comes back the same time that their friend reveals himself as a demon. Wolf gets shocked, panics, is like, no, I'm seeing things, this can't be real. And Skylar is pissed at him, rightfully so. She's an angel. Everybody else is a demon. They start trying to bond, but him and Skylar are not together at the moment. They start bonding more and more. Jared does demon cocaine, which I had to mention that. Before the final episode, episode 5. This episode was originally an hour long. I cut it down to 35 minutes for copyright reasons. A couple of years after I originally uploaded the episode. Took down the original, re-uploaded it. There was a whole prom scene of everybody dancing and lots of copyrighted music. Wolf gets to know Skylar more. He apologizes for everything he's done. He's becoming remorseful for what he did. They share a kiss. They take a picture by the blossoming tree in the back. And Jared goes to kill the last person he needs to. Sky War. He kills her. And Wolf realizes that it's his time to go. He brings Skylar to the roof. They share a last hug and kiss. Wolf jumps off the roof to the middle pond area, or the little fountain area. He says goodbye to all of his friends. He's ready. Jared pulls out a scythe, and just as he's about to cut his head off, he decides, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't kill him. He's like, you have a life to live, man. I can't kill you. I can't do it. Wolf tries to comfort Jared and says, you have a girlfriend too. I've done too much in my life to be here right now. I can't do this. He understands and picks his knife back up. He's ready to slice his head off, and right as he's about to, Wolf's vision goes black. He sees every moment in his life, every important moment in his life flash through his mind, his life flashing before his eyes, before he appears in his own head with his friends surrounding him. He says his goodbyes to them. He's like, I guess this is it. I'm gonna miss you all. He cuts back to reality. He's bowing. He's like, I'm ready. Just do it. As Jared decapitates Wolf. Shadow of Evil time. Shadow of Evil starts with Wolf in hell being tortured for everything he's done, where he meets Denver. Denver is his torturer. He ends up breaking him out. And that's about it. They just share. They chat. They have a decent time. They're just talking. They're bonding. They're basically just bonding. Which is it's a little weird. I will say, forgot to mention. God, lots of things are slipping. In season 2. Or was it? No, it was season 1. Wolf killed SK. SK is dead. He killed Carlos's brother. Just gonna say that right now. Season 1, Wolf killed Carlos's brother. Anyways, episode 2, Carlos returns. Just for a short bit. It's not really anything major. He's just it's a little cameo. Carlos is there. They're just kind of bonding with friends. Wolf becomes no longer remorseful, gets psychotic again, and decides to start killing because he likes another girl. The next episode, he commits his first real murder of the season, I believe. It's even shown in the thumbnail. He smashes a bottle of beer over a guy's head, knocks him to the ground. He stabs him multiple times with the broken bottle before curb stomping him and then jumping on his skull to crush his head. Which is a little weird. Speaking of weird, time travel. This one introduced time travel. I don't really like that anymore, but it's here, it's permanent. Yeah. They touch a weird portal. Time travel shit happens. They all meet past versions of themselves, future versions of themselves, including Wolf from the future comes out and is warning that a great danger will happen. Don't continue with this plan to try to stop Danvos, which is it's a little piss baby kid, He's a little tiny kid. Don't try not to stop this guy. Or sorry, Denver. I think at that point it was Denver, not Danvos. Danvos comes in later. Then the next episode, it's more of the same timeline shit, warnings like, oh, don't do this. Episode 7, same thing, timelines, warnings, don't do this. This is bad. How dare you? Watch out. Don't fall for it. Next episode, he falls for it. Wolf falls for it. He's in hell. He's back in his torture room. He looks around. Before they leave, they try to figure out how to stop Denver's plan. And he pulls a lever on a tree that says self-destruct, do not touch, because he's like, oh yeah, man, they're so dumb for installing a self-destruct switch. He flips it, it activates the device. It was a trick to make Wolf do it himself. He blows up the sun. Sun is dead. Sun is gone, causing irreversible damage to the universe. They find Denver as the king of hell. They meet him. They try to figure out how they're going to fight him. That's pretty much it. Final episode. Wolf kicks the shit out of a child in full demon form. He goes full demon mode, white eyes, no eye patch. He beats the shit out of Danvos. I was gonna say Denver. Denver just left the series. He beats the shit out of Danvos. He brings him back from hell. He locks him in a cage before killing him. A year later, I think it was, or a month. It's one of the two. 1 year later. 1 year later, he goes into the portal. Again, he goes back to hell. He goes, checks up on Jared, who's the king of hell now. They all decide, let's just leave. Universe is dying anyways. They go into a portal to America, see if it's any better there. And that leads us to the final episode of Yandere so far. The end. This was going to be the definitive end, but I realized Wolf had not made a character change since Season 3. He had not. So this doesn't change anything, but Warped will. That's all I'll say about Warped. It starts with a TV broadcast saying that the black hole that is caused by the sun exploding, don't ask me how, it's not scientific, it's just haha, I wanted to do that. But it's slowly sucking up everything around it. He's like, if you're out there, whoever did this, fuck you. and Wolf and his friends are just chilling on the roof. They have a nice little discussion about their life, how everything's been so far. They talk about memories as they just get ready for the end. They know that their time is up. Everything goes, I wouldn't say fine, but everything's happening. They're sitting there peacefully talking before the light of the black hole starts getting brighter and brighter until Wolf is like, I think it's blinding me now. One of his friends says, it looks like this is it. And Jared just is like, yep. So then they're looking at it. They're just like, oh, well, I wonder what happens on the inside. The black hole implodes. And Wolf's last words are, I don't want to go. As the light fades onto a new universe. The clouds are nice looking. The sun is shining. Everything is peaceful. And we see a new character wake up in bed, turn off the alarm on his phone, and start his day at Izanagi High. And that's where Yandere ends so far. Warped will be coming out soon. The story will continue there. If you've seen the opening and the teaser, you will know that this new character shown at the end of the end is in it along with Wolf. They are both there. And you'll see how that works out. I know this video is extremely long. It's not really going to be edited too much because I had a lot to get through. And this is just like a nice little video. If you wanted to hear the quote-unquote lore of Yandere, wanted a little refresher, there you go. Main thing is, the lore doesn't really exist until seasons 3, 4, and that's it. 3, 4 in the end. 3, Wolf dies. 4, he comes back from hell. It blows up the sun, and then the end, universe gets sucked in. Anything before that is just filler, except for Rebirth, which just shows how Wolf got to start. But yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys will really enjoy Warped whenever it comes out. Should be the 19th. I hope you guys enjoy it when it comes out. I want it to come out on the day of the anniversary. So I really hope you guys enjoy it. I think it's gonna be pretty good. I'm putting a lot of work into this one. So anyways, guys, I'll see you later.